Alright, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you for joining me today. Hope you enjoyed that intro. It's a lot of fun to make. So, in today's video, we're going to be going over what it takes to swap your E30 to a manual car. So I have everything, well, I think I have everything I need, and in the next few videos, we'll be swapping the car. But in this video, we'll see everything that goes on, what you need. There's a lot of little things you're going to need. So, let's take a look at everything. Let's get started. So, this is all the parts you're going to need. Like I said, there's a lot of parts, and early model, late model, auto, and manual cars all came with different things. So I'm going to start from the biggest stuff, the most important stuff you obviously need, even though it's all important, and we'll move down from there. Let's start with the transmission. Okay, so first off, here's the transmission. It is a Getrag 260, and this is for a late model car. Mine is an 89 325 IS. I really wanted a late model one, specifically the IS one, because it would just be easier, but you can fit an early and late model in your car. Yes, this thing is disgusting. I got it from a guy over in the west side of Washington for a pretty good deal for a lot of these swap parts. So it's totally worth it. Let's get cleaning this thing up.
So I'm laying in my bed this morning and I hear out the window the sound of what can only be described as somebody getting after it. Somebody brapping it up, giving it the old dip.
Yeah, I can't do this anymore. We gotta go get a pressure washer and clean this crap up. This is just nasty. Alright, I'll be right back. Alright, pressure washer here. Let's clean some stuff up. Okay. we're good. Oh, bend down here. Okay, so got the transmission cleaned off. It's not 100%, it's 95. You know, like they say, that 95 rule. The 95% takes as much time as getting that last 5%. I'm cool with that. It's gonna get greasy under the car again someday, but I just wanted it clean enough so we could handle it without getting grease all over ourselves. So, like I said before, you need a Getrag 260.
One thing that I definitely messed up on was I didn't think I need transmission seals, but spoiler alert, we did end up doing the manual swap and my transmission leaks in more than one spot. So I'm going to leave in the description as well as on the screen right now a link to transmission seals for this transmission. My output shaft leaks, the drainage bolt leaks, and I think it leaks in one other place. So I don't know if I'm going to have to take the transmission out to replace that, but I'll tell you right now, just do it while it's out. Do it before you put it in the car. Just save yourself some headaches. So yeah, wish I would have known that. It's a 30-year-old transmission, so I should have just guessed it would have leaked, but that was my mistake. Don't make the same mistake as me.
Next, we have the shifter. So this right here, this did not come with my transmission, so I had to go out and buy this. So this right here is the Garagistic Dssr. So basically this is just a solid rod. The stock one's pretty flimsy. Supposedly I didn't have it, so I don't have it. I didn't have a judgment. But anyways, it's probably worth having because you get a new bearing for your shifter right here. And this thing seals pretty damn good now. It's got a little bit of play, but I can imagine it had a lot more before. So yes, it comes with new lock washers, or I guess these like C-clips, we'll call them C-clips, on the Dssr. And then lastly, this thing. Let's see if you can see it. This is what mounts it to your car. And I will have links to these in the description for you. But it's so nice. Garagistic gave this all in a kit, so it came with all this stuff, plus all the shifter stuff. It's quite fantastic.
And I forgot to add that you're also going to need your shifter arm. My transmission came with this, so I didn't even think to talk about it. But yes, I will have this all linked down in the description, and as well as the bitch clip that everybody calls it. But that comes in the Garagistic rebuild kit.
Then after that, to mount your transmission to your car, you need this manual transmission mount. These on top are the Garagistic polyurethane bushings. They work pretty good. Well, I think they do. I didn't even have the original ones, and I had to find this. So, hopefully this all works out. I bet it just keeps it, you know, a little stiffer in your chassis. But you need a manual transmission mount, more or less. The automatic transmission one is different. So, next major thing you gotta find is your drive shaft. E30 drive shafts come in two different parts, I guess. They come in two different parts, so this connects to your, I believe this connects to your differential, this side, and this one connects to your transmission. But it has to be specific for a manual car. When I got this, the dude accidentally gave me another one, and he goes, oh crap, I still have the other one, so he shipped me out the correct drive shaft for this one. Along with just the drive shaft, this is called the Weibo. It is this part, more or less it dampens the feel from your clutch to your drive shaft. You can get these in polyurethane, but I feel like this is just gonna be a street car to me, so I don't really care if it's super crazy stiff, so just replace it with a newer one. Like I said, links down in the description for these parts. I found most of these parts on like FCP Euro or ECS tuning, stuff like that. There's a lot of good places to find these parts. And some of them are kind of expensive, but it's worth changing them out if you're gonna do this swap, you might as well just replace them, right? It only makes sense. Also, my dummy fault. This sits in the middle of your drive shaft, right here. Drive shaft, center support bearing for your drive shaft. Pretty important. Might as well replace it. They're not super expensive. Worth it. It's just this minor little things that you're gonna need for this swap. The next big thing you're gonna need, obviously, your pedals, right? Gotta have pedals for a clutch pedal. Your automatic car does not come with a clutch, so you gotta find a clutch pedal assembly for your car. You might have to swap it out with your car. Any of them, they're all pretty much the same, but the plugs are different, so that is kind of unfortunate. So I might have to change out the pedal system for mine and just put the clutch pedal in here because they're all pretty much the same and they bolt up the same to your firewall. With your pedal assembly, you have this thing, right? This is your clutch master cylinder. It's worth replacing this. Why not while you have it? Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get parts in time to do this, so I will have to do this at a later date. This is very important. You're gonna need this for your swap, along with everything with this pedal assembly. Then you have this soft line right here. It's kind of hard to show in camera. This soft line is ran from your brake fluid reservoir to your master cylinder, and then from your master cylinder runs down to your slave cylinder. So you need this. This is kind of hard to find. Hopefully your car comes with one. If you could find a donor car, make your life a hell of a lot easier and just get a donor car and find all these parts on there. Okay, so that's all of your big pieces, really. Now these are all the main things that you still need, but they're not as literally in size as large. At some point, if you want your car finished and everything, you're gonna have to find, which I'll probably replace these in the future, but these are the ones I have at the moment. Your shifter boot. This runs from your shifter down to your transmission and plugs in. Rather important. This is how you read, this is how your transmission reads neutral and reads gearing and whatnot. It's ran right here. These are plugs for your firewall to run all the lines through and whatnot, as well as your shift knob. We're gonna get a new shift knob because this one is thrashed, but it's the one I have at the moment, so we'll run it. Within the bell housing of your transmission, wait till this focus, you have your clutch fork, which this is what modulates your throwout bearing. It's got this little clip in here. Hopefully yours comes with it. That's why I haven't said anything about it, because my transmission came with this stuff. If you have to find this stuff, I can't imagine it can be that difficult, but it might be. God damn it. Okay, along with your transmission, you have your clutch slave cylinder. So, as I showed you earlier from the pedal set, you have to run your clutch master cylinder down to your slave, which this runs right in here. I don't have it bolted up yet, but right in there, and that's what pushes your clutch fork. Like I said, easy to replace, might as well get it before you do your swap. Along with your slave cylinder, this connects your slave cylinder to your master cylinder. So you have this hard line. I got this from Garagistic, so I can link that below. And then you have this hard line. These hard lines are kind of hard to come by. I couldn't find one on eBay, I couldn't find one anywhere, so thankfully my car came with one pre-bent. You can find these non-bent, so it'll just be a straight line and you'll have to bend it yourself, which I don't have the skill or knowledge to do that. Thankfully I already have one. Along with this retaining clip right here. This is basically just hold it into your car, make sure you have some tension on the on your line, on your hard line and your soft line here. Okay, next we have our clutch pilot bearing. You know it's the right one because it sits right onto your transmission. You're gonna need your clutch pilot bearing. So last but not least, we have what mates up to your car. So you mate your flywheel. So this is a single mass flywheel for your 325IS. The 325ES or E came with a dual mass flywheel, meaning it's heavier. You have to have a different clutch and pressure plate for it. So this car came with a single mass flywheel, so I got it machined down so it's nice and clean. You're gonna need this, as well as this spacer that sits on there like that, rides on there like that. These are your flywheel bolts. I would say buy these new because these are stretch bolts and replace these. Next, what sits on your flywheel is your clutch. It sits on there flat like this. So you need your clutch and your pressure plate matching. So you buy these as a set. And then they sit on your flywheel. So you just have to make sure it's for your car, your 325IS. So I have my clutch and then my pressure plate. I know this thing is disgusting. I wish I would have thought of it sooner. I'm gonna clean it up as best I can before we put it in the car. With that, you're going to need your pressure plate bolts. I have them here, 1, 2, 3, you're gonna need 6, which bolt your pressure plate to your flywheel. I think that is everything you need. I would also get a rear man seal, might as well while you're back there. I have mine, it should be coming in today. So I will also leave that in the description down below. But I think that is everything you need to swap your E30 from an automatic to a manual. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If I forgot something, well, it's gonna suck because we're doing this tomorrow. Hope everything works as smoothly as I think it will. I know I need to do a little bit more research, but I think I'm like 95% dialed to do this. So tomorrow, we're gonna start the swap, and I'll bring you guys along with us. But until then, I will see you guys in the next one. Please go down below, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, comment what you thought. If I missed some stuff, let me know because it's gonna suck. All right, guys, see you tomorrow. Peace.